Radio Corporation of America presents The Magic Key. Through the worldwide facilities of the Radio Corporation of America, the magic key of RCA turns to Cincinnati, Milwaukee, and New York City to present an hour of entertainment over the nationwide NBC Blue Network, featuring the celebrated Cincinnati Summer Opera Company, Fats Waller and his rhythm, masters of swing music, Walter Kelly, the famous creator of the Virginia Judge, a visit to another shrine of American history with the noted NBC News broadcaster John B. Kennedy, and Frank Black and the NBC Concert Orchestra, who open this program with Pastoral from Bizet's second L'Arlésienne Suite.
minister's sons seem to have a knack of getting into vocations distantly removed from the calls that beckoned their fathers. Fats Waller, Victor recording artist and leader of one of the most famous hot bands in the country, is no exception to this rule. Son of a Harlem preacher, Fats left the choir of his father's church at the age of 15. 15 years later, he was a nationally known character, having streaked his way to fame behind an amazing range of accomplishments. As a songwriter, virtuoso of the violin, piano, and organ, master of ceremonies, and last but most important of all, as a great hot band leader. In this role, we hear him today as he swings into a tune he recently recorded for Victor. It's a Sin to Tell a Lie.
It's true when you say, I love you. It's a sin to tell a liar, girl. Millions of hearts have been broken, yes, yes. You know why? Just because these foolish words were spoken. You know what the words are, don't you? Well, here they are. I love you, I love you, I love you. If you break my heart, I'll break your jaw and then I'll die. Be sure it's true when you say, I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie, yeah. What's your lie, son? Go on and tell it. Yeah. You. It's been a doggone sin to tell a lie. What I say, yeah.
Fats Waller and his rhythm in their inimitable version of Until the Real Thing Comes Along.
Oh, I'd work for you. I'd slave for you. I'd be a beggar or a knave for you. What is a knave anyway? If that isn't love, it'll have to do. Until the real thing comes along, I'd gladly move the earth for you. Yeah, I'm strong, baby, plenty strong, to prove my love and its worth for you. If that isn't love, it'll have to do. Until the real thing comes along, with all the words there at my command, I just can't make you understand. I'll always love you, darling, come what may. My heart is yours. What more can I say? What do you want me to do, rob a bank? Well, listen, I tell you, I'd sigh for you, yeah. Cry for you. I'd tear the stars down from the sky for you. If that ain't love, well, skip it. It'll have to do. Until the real thing comes along. Oh, I cry for you, cry for you. I tell the stars down from the sky for you. If that isn't love, it will have to do. Until the real thing comes along. Yes, that's the real thing, so help me.
And now, the Fats Waller music goes to work in another tune recently recorded by Victor. This one a composition of Fats Waller himself. Crazy About My Baby.
Yes, 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 it is. My. World's most happy creature. Tell me what can worry be. I'm crazy about my baby. Baby's crazy about me. Miss Cupid was the teacher. And the reason we're free, I'm crazy about my baby. Baby's crazy about me. Tossing, get that book. Hold it in your hand. Keep a steady lookout. You can understand. It's an A1 combination. Perfect he and she. I'm crazy about my baby. Baby's crazy about me. Yes. Well, all right then. What would Farmer say? Ah, mercy. Yeah. Do it, yeah. Yeah. Turn it loose, yeah. Yeah. Well, all right then. Bring it on out there. Parson, get that book, hold it in your hand. Keep a steady lookout, you can understand. It's an A1 combination, perfect he and she. I'm exasperated about the offspring exasperated about me, yeah.
Theories are often excellent as theories, but a prerequisite for the building of anything truly useful is a solid foundation in practical experience. The Radio Corporation of America occupies a unique position in this respect. Through its many interrelated services to the American public, it daily accumulates an unequaled practical experience in every field of radio, broadcasting, communications, manufacturing. RCA's broadcasting service, the National Broadcasting Company, is the largest organization of its kind in the world. The RCA's communications service offers businessmen everywhere the fastest and most direct means of radio telegraph contact via RCA between 47 different foreign countries and a dozen major cities of the United States. And RCA manufactured products likewise demonstrate the benefits which come from vast experience, technical knowledge, and engineering resources without parallel. In thousands of theaters throughout the country, you enjoy the perfect performances made possible by RCA sound motion picture equipment. When it comes to recorded music, the R99, RCA Victor's new higher fidelity Electrola, reaches unequaled heights. And radio listeners everywhere have a new thrill in store for them when they hear the 1937 line of RCA Victor radios with Magic Brain, Magic Eye, metal tubes, and the greatest acoustical advance since the orthophonic Victrola, the Magic Voice. It is because RCA has this unparalleled experience in every field of radio, because RCA literally knows radio from A to Z, that we say to you, for every service in radio, use RCA.
The NBC Concert Orchestra, directed by Frank Black, plays Give Me a Roll on the Drum from Sigmund Bromberg's operetta, Melody.
100 miles north of Chicago is another huge city, a city whose history goes back to the early French and English explorers who first visited this section. Today, the towering skyscrapers of the great city of Milwaukee cast their shadows on the cool blue waters of Lake Michigan. In Juneau Park, bordering the lake in the heart of the city, John B. Kennedy, noted NBC News commentator, resumes his series of Seeing America First portraits. Mr. Kennedy will speed us back through 300 years of American history as he tells in his own picturesque style of another historical point to be visited by American vacation travelers. The magic key turns to John B. Kennedy in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Good afternoon, all. Maniwaki, the good lands by the river, now Milwaukee, a shrine of American history and the American tradition of great growth from small beginnings. If it is scenic land and watermarks of American history you admire, to paraphrase a popular song, I've got a dozen in Milwaukee. For here, on about the spot where we stand, on Lincoln Memorial Bridge, a sweeping arc of stone and steel facing Lake Michigan, was the first frontier of the West. Strolling about Marquette University this morning, I thought of the great French missionary explorer after whom it was named, Père Jacques Marquette. His spirit roams Milwaukee, so much so that it may be novel to interview one present in spirit instead of present in person.
And I am here, my friend.
Ah, Père Marquette. Do you recognize this spot where you stood so very long ago, the first white man to see the site of what is now the city of Milwaukee?
I see a great park, huge buildings and streams of those amazing horseless vehicles.
This is Juneau Park, called after Solomon Juneau, a French-Canadian pioneer of Milwaukee.
Yes, but despite all this grandeur, I recognize the outline of the shore where I stood before even a hut was built beside that lake. What do you call that lake?
That is Lake Michigan, Père Marquette. When you came here in the far long ago, what did the Indians call this region?
The Indians called this place Maniwaki. That meant the good land by the river.
It was rather an easy transition from Maniwaki to Milwaukee.
Yes, but not so easy a transition from what Milwaukee was then to what it is now.
Yes, generations have built Milwaukee from an obscure trading post of your French explorers and voyageurs to a thriving city of more than 600,000 souls, with great industries, the metropolis of one of the richest farming and dairy territories in all the world.
Yes, but what interests me more is that this great city and the enormous territory we first explored has become the homeland of thousands and thousands of happy families.
Yes, stretching to the 4 points of the compass, to Minnesota in Canada, Illinois in the south, Michigan in the east, Iowa and the west. You know, Père Marquette, an Englishman named Alexander Henry followed your French voyageur here.
Well, I didn't know it, but I'm not surprised.
Then an early settler named Morgan L. Martin came down from Green Bay. And with Byron Kilbourne, a hardy Yankee, and Solomon Juneau, he shares honors as co-founder of the city of Milwaukee.
But German names abound here.
That's right, Père Marquette. Following troubles in Europe, a large German migration settled in Milwaukee, and the Poles followed them. But here I'm telling you about modern Milwaukee. What about the ancient Milwaukee, when the Indians were chiefly among those present? How on earth did you make yourself understood when you didn't know their language, and savage tribesmen had a desire to make strange men into menus to eat them?
Well, we had no such trouble. You see, the Indians had a primitive telegraph system of their own. They usually knew that missionaries bearing the cross were their friends, trying to help them, not to rob them.
Well, what was your most exciting experience around these parts, Père Marquette?
It was when, with my colleague Joliet, we started from here with a band of 7, including 4 Indian guides. In 3 bark canoes, and we paddled and portaged for weeks and weeks until we came upon a huge river, shrouded in forest. There, too, Joliet and I met an Indian chief. We stood there, eyeing each other. I pointed to the river, and the Indian told me its name.
Mississippi.
Mississippi, the father of waters.
That is just what it is called today, Mississippi, Old Man River, the watermark of a continent. By the way, Père Marquette, you seem to have got along very well with the Indians. What was your most interesting experience with them?
I'll show you.
Just crummy vrai.
Why, what's all this about? What's this Indian girl saying?
You just asked me what was my most interesting experience with the Indians. Well, this was it. Do you, Charles Trenier, take this woman, Natapale, to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Je suis.
And do you, Natapale of the Chippewa tribe, take Charles Trenier for your lawfully wedded husband?
Je le fais, mon père.
She means she does. This legalizing of marriage between the French voyageurs and traders and the Indian women made for peace and progress. But who is this venerable old man?
Why, Père Marquette, he is John M. Horan, the oldest Milwaukee citizen we could find. He's 98 and still active with his cap of black-gray hair. You've seen a great deal of Milwaukee, haven't you, Mr. Horan?
Ever since it's been a village to what it is at the present day, built by our railroads.
Tell me, Mr. Horan, what does that number 81 signify on the button on your lapel?
The number of years in service with the Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Railroad Company, the first railroad in the state of Wisconsin and the Middle West.
Well, 98 and thriving. To what do you attribute your good health and longevity, Mr. Horan?
A moderation.
Do you smoke?
Yes.
What do you smoke?
Pipe, tobacco, of any kind.
Do you drink?
Yes. On strictly temperate, no teetotaler, but strictly temperate.
Well, what do you drink?
You asked me the question in Milwaukee what to drink here. Why?
Well, it's Sunday, Mr. Horan. It's Sunday. Thank you very much. Since, Père Marquette, you've met one of Milwaukee's oldest residents, here is one of Milwaukee's youngest, little Jane Owen.
Oh, Père Marquette, I've often wondered if you were real. I've heard your name so much.
Well, I was real in my time, my dear.
Do you know they have a big city named after you, Père Marquette?
I'm very grateful.
And a railroad, too.
Well, now, that is a compliment. But tell me, my dear, while naming towns and railroads after me, why did they overlook my companion, Joliet? Didn't they name something after him?
Let me think. Oh, yes, I remember. They named a jail after Joliet.
Now, Jane, Joliet has much more than a jail to recommend.
Well, why, Père Marquette has vanished.
Well, Jane, he's returned to the Shades to have that joke on Joliet. And we leave Maniwaki, Milwaukee, the good lands by the river, the place where the West really began.
The magic key of RCA returns you to New York City.
Back in Radio City, headquarters of the family of RCA, one of whose members, the National Broadcasting Company, is celebrating its 10th year of radio leadership. 10 years of broadcasting. 10 years of serving the nation's listeners with the best in radio entertainment through its two great coast-to-coast networks. Now we hear Frank Black directing the NBC Concert Orchestra in his own arrangement of the Creole love song, I, I, I.
The pioneers of the American railroad built their trains of wood. But as time passed, size, speed, and safety compelled railroad engineers to turn to steel. The train of today is definitely a metal train. In much the same way, the modern radio engineer looks back on glass tubes as a thing of the past and hails RCA metal tubes as an accepted standard of modern radio construction. The use of metal by RCA engineers allows greater strength and accuracy in tube construction, and at the same time affords superior reception on ultra-short waves. Be modern. Get a radio set with metal tubes. However, if you are not planning on replacing your present radio right away, then a new set of RCA radio tubes will greatly improve its performance.
The Magic Key, unlocking a world of entertainment, presented for your interest and pleasure by members of the family of RCA, who, individually and collectively, offer you every service in radio.
Grand opera performed at a zoo. This sounds strange, but it's true. In Cincinnati, outdoor grand opera has been a featured attraction of that city's summer life for more than 15 years. It happens to be performed in the Zoological Garden because Cincinnati Zoo is housed in a large and beautiful park in whose verdant acres an open-air opera house was built. Throngs of Cincinnati's music-loving citizens come to the cool Zoological Gardens every night during the summer opera season. In this exotic setting, internationally famous opera stars and conductors have performed scores of well-known operas. Today, we hear the Cincinnati Summer Opera Company, directed by Fausta Claver and featuring Rose Tentone, Joseph Royer, and Ralph Gerard, in a scene from Puccini's opera Madame Butterfly. The Magic Key turns to Cincinnati.
Giacomo Puccini's Madame Butterfly, which was first produced at La Scala, Milan in 1904, was based on a magazine story by John Luther Lowndes. It was a tragedy of the broken faith of a simple, trusting Japanese girl by her American sweetheart, Lieutenant Pinkerton of the United States Navy. Assured by the marriage broker that his marriage to Coco-san will only be binding so long as he consents to live with his wife, Pinkerton orders arrangements made. Sharpless, the American consul, tries to prevent the match by telling his friend Pinkerton how seriously Coco-san considers it. And it is this stirring and melodious dialogue between the two friends, Pinkerton and Sharpless, which we hear now.
una ghirlanda di fiori freschi, una stella dai raggi son, che per nulla contento ieri, per vostra grazia mi domanda se non un assortimento. Così la chiara.
Interrupting the conversation between Lieutenant Pinkerton and American Consul Sharpless are the poignantly beautiful strains which herald the nearness and subsequent entrance of Crocus-san to the tiny Japanese garden for the ceremony to take place. After a short but blissful wedded life, Lieutenant Pinkerton is recalled to America. He leaves Koko-san, who is now called Madame Butterfly in Japan, promising to return when the robins nest again. For 3 long years, she waits with implicit faith for his return, but her maid, Suzuki, has not the same confidence and jibes her mistress for her unwarranted trust. In answer to this, Butterfly brings to the opera one of the most thrilling, yet naively sympathetic arias ever written. On Verdi, One Fine Day.
created a character, a simple, homely character that catapulted its creator to fame and since then has charted the course of his life. Walter C. Kelly of Minesville, New York, was that young man, and the Virginia Judge was the character he created. He has played the Virginia Judge in the theaters of every important English-speaking city in the world. In far-off China and in South Africa, the lovable old judge won his way to the hearts of people who'd never seen or heard an American. And in 20 years, more than 500,000 Victor recordings of the famous judge have been sold. The magic key of RCA turns to Walter C. Kelly, presenting the Virginia Judge.
Court will be in order. Dan, get those bloodhounds out from under that stove. This place smells like a kennel here. First case on the docket, Anderson, Timberlake. Bring him out, Dan. Anderson, you're charged by Officer Gray with loitering around the post office building. Let me look at you. Haven't you ever been up before me?
Excuse me, Judge. I don't exactly know. What time you generally get up?
I don't mean that. I mean, wasn't you here about 2 months ago on charges?
No, sir, Judge. I certainly can prove that ain't so. Because I've been in jail last 3 months over in fever, so I couldn't been here.
You got a good alibi. Dan, turn this fellow over to Chief Livesey and tell him hold him about 24 hours. I think I know him. Caesar Simcoe and Felicity Simcoe. Bring that team out, Dan. You two are charged by Officer Gray with disorderly conduct and disturbing the public peace. Tell us about it, Felicity.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, Judge. I'm going to speak out the Lord's gospel truth. That's what I'm going to speak. My husband and me, we both belong to a secret society over yonder in the Rockets. It's called Magnificent Sons and Daughters of the Grand and Mighty Kingdom of Africa. And we all been getting up a little concert for the benefit of their society. And last evening at supper table, Caesar said to me, he said, I think y'all ought to do a fan dance at that concert. It's going to make plenty of money. Oh, so you think so? You ain't going to get my debt with ammonia prancing around like a turkey half naked. You ain't getting me to do that. And then he tried to force me and persuade me. And I got right up and walked away from him. And just when I turned my back, it cracked me right in the middle of the back with a cantaloupe.
What did you do?
Well, owns up, Judge, that I crown him with a plate of soft-shell crab. He ain't going to beat me up.
I reckon you're right, Felicity. You go ahead home. $2, Caesar. It's going to cost you. You can't be throwing cantaloupes around your wife.
Well, excuse me, Judge. I know that if you find that man $2, that when he get home, he's going to set about me again. And if you do, I'm going to come back here with his ear in my teeth.
Come back with both of them if it bothers you, Felicity. Get out of here now. Woodrow Taft. Bring that fellow out, Dan. Woodrow, you're charged by Officer Giddings with shooting dice and gambling at the premises of Sam Robinson on Warwick Avenue. What about it?
Well, Judge, I'm going to explain just how that was. Last evening, on about dusk, I went on in to Mr. Robinson's place. I'm going to get myself a sandwich and some mandolins. And I went on in back room, and there's about 20 colored boys in playing pool on it. And I walk over on the table, and there's some dice on it. And I just pick them up and start brushing them off. And just about that time, the door smashed open and come a lot of policemen. And I got so nervous, I just started shaking that way. But I said I wasn't afraid of nobody. I just shook.
There was about 20 of those fellas got out windows now at the back door, wasn't there?
Yes, sir, Judge. They certainly did hasten away. I got to say that.
Why didn't you hasten away?
Well, them doors and windows was mighty busy about that time, Judge.
Woodrow, I know you for the last 2 years. You're a chronic dice shooter. You live in Norfolk, don't you?
Yes, sir, Judge.
My folks live over yonder in Norfolk, but I'll come on over every now and then on Louise. That ferry boat I just sort of comes and goes like a bluebird.
You look to me like a blackbird that comes and stays 10 days. Take it back. Dennis Foley and Ying Lee. Bring those two along, Dan. You two are charged by Officers Tate and Paget with murderous assault and battery on the body and person of each other. Tell us about it, Foley.
Well, Your Honor, my wife has been very sick the last 2 weeks. And last Monday morning, I took down a red flannel undershirt to this lad's laundry to have it done up. And when I got it back Saturday night, it wouldn't fit a fox terrier. Well, I went down to the laundry to talk to him nice and quiet. The minute I opened the door, he begins rearing around like a Zulu with a hot iron in his hand. But I thought I'd never get out of the place alive. And he's coming toward me with the hot iron in his hand. And to sort of fend him off, I picked up the ironing board and held it out toward him.
By the look of his head, you fended him off very successfully. What about it, Ying?
He's lying to you.
What did he say?
I don't know what he said, but I know he's lying.
I can't make head or tail out of what you two was talking about. Ying, you better go on home. You look to me as if you got all the worst of it. Foley, you stay here about 10 minutes. I want to give him that much start on you.
Mr. Brown?
What is it, Toki?
Mr. Peachy say if you're going there clam bake, you better come on. He got the boat down at Finch's dock and he's going right off.
Dan, how many more prisoners y'all got there?
I got 4, 3 men, 1 woman.
All petty offenders?
Yes, I rigged all this.
You better turn them out and tell him go on home, behave himself. I'm going up Morrison's Grove with Peachy, that clam bake.
Cool.
Adjourned.
If at this moment we should drop into the home of a family owning a new 1937 RCA Victor Magic Voice radio, we might hear something like this.
It's miraculous.
I've never heard anything like it.
Extraordinary. Why, it doesn't sound like a radio at all. Seems though the orchestra's right here in the room. Tell us, George, how does it work?
It's the new 1937 Victor Magic Voice radio.
Magic what?
Magic Voice. The radio man said it has a set of acoustic transducers, or something like that, that gives it such natural tone.
Oh, George, you're getting too technical. Can't you explain it in simple language?
Well, suppose I show you how it works. Let's listen to the music from the front for a moment. Now let's turn the set around so that the front is against the wall.
Why, there's no sound coming out the back.
That's right. And what you do hear is coming from the front, not the back. That's just the difference between an ordinary radio and the RCA Victor Magic Voice. With an ordinary radio, you get just as much sound out of the back as you do from the front. It's the sound that comes out of the back that causes distortion. Make this simple test yourself. Listen to your present radio set with the front against the wall. You'll see that you get just as much sound from the back of the set as you get from the front. This uncontrolled sound causes distortion. The Magic Voice controls and directs the sound from the back of the speaker, solving at last a problem that has baffled radio engineers. Even though you're not thinking of buying a new radio at this time, you cannot afford to miss the thrill of hearing the RCA Victor Magic Voice. Your RCA Victor dealer is anxious to have you see and hear these new sets. He asks you to hear them and then judge for yourself how rightfully they deserve the name Magic Voice. And remember, only RCA Victor sets offer you the exclusive advantages of the famous Magic Brain, Magic Eye, and Metal Tube. These exclusive features are also built into the new Magic Voice radio set. Your RCA dealer will be glad to arrange convenient terms for the purchase of RCA Victor radios and phonographs.
Just heard the Juba Dance by Nathaniel Dett, played by the NBC Concert Orchestra, directed by Frank Black, musical director of the National Broadcasting Company. We cordially invite you to be with us again next Sunday on the NBC Blue Network, when the Magic Key will turn again and members of the family of RCA will present Walter O'Keefe, Broadway's best-known hillbilly, Corinna Mura, delightful singer of Spanish songs, Phil Spitalny and his famous all-girl orchestra, John B. Kennedy in a special broadcast from the Statue of Liberty, Frank Black and the NBC Concert Orchestra.
This is Ben Brower.
And Milton Cross, speaking for one member of the family of RCA, which is this year celebrating its 10th year of leadership in broadcasting, the National Broadcasting Company.